assuming you're going to be in orbit of Duna for some science before you land, and you'll want to be able to bring him back in.
Okay.
The little thin ones, you can't bring him back.
The little thin ones I can't bring back? What?
There's two types of the deployable solar panels. The thin ones are, once they're deployed, they're stuck. So the ones I'm telling you to use are the boxy white ones that weigh a little bit more.
Okay, OX stats. There's two of them that say cannot be retracted, and there's one that doesn't. It says deployable, but does not say cannot be retracted. I'm gonna presume that's what we're talking about. So right now I've got two of the small non-deployables, and then I don't know where to put these. Now see, the problem with it, I think I need to use the cone rather than the Science Junior. Not sure how well this is going to work out. How many do you think I should use of these deployables? 4 or what?
The parachute?
No, the deployable solar panels.
Yes. At least 4, yeah. Now, you're balancing this with the fact that all you have to do, if you're in the right place, is time warp to get more power. But it is convenient to have more than just a little bit, and those little 6-panel things don't go very far.
Now this says deployable, but hold on. I'm confused. These are the cheap ones. These are the 75s. They're all the 75. It says deployable.
Do you not have them yet?
Okay, this says with. It says deployable when you look at the thing on the right, but when you read the description, it says it's a simple panel with no sun tracking deployment mechanics. As a result, it's light and very cheap. So yeah, these are the 75s. So I don't have anything that can be retracted. Once it's deployed, that's it. Oh wait. Okay. These are the white boxes. Yeah, the white box. I'm sorry. You did say that. I just didn't quite catch it.
All good.
Okay, there's the 1x6.
Usually better if you're like.
And then there's
where
3x2. On a cone, on the adapter, the Rockamax adapter. So
Yeah,
it's on that cone that goes from the 2.5 to the 1.5 or whatever that is.
Yeah, I've never run across a situation where the 2x3 was better than the 1x6.
Okay.
So you're gonna go with 4?
Yeah. So I got 4 of those. I mean, I can do more. We've got plenty of room on this cone.
4 is good, but the way you place them is important. Don't put them just in like 4 mode. Put 2 next to each other.
Put 2 next to each other?
Yep, so they should be pointed almost the same way. You can put them actually radially lined up the same way. But like the way they're gonna work, if you have them in 4 mode, you're guaranteed to not be able to use 2 or 3 of them at any given time.
Right.
At least this way you can kind of park where you'll get all of them in use at a time. So I'm sure you got that.
Okay. Alright, so what I did was I put 2 on top of each other, you know, one on top of the other. They're in the same radial position on each side.
Okay.
It's not on each side, and then on the side that's okay. So there's east and west. Okay, east and west. East has 2, west has 2. Then
Great.
north and south has 2 of the non-deployables.
That's perfect.
Okay. So I have no
You're
non.
right on point there.
Yeah. So that's good. All right. Okay, still no torque. Cool. Verza, welcome. How are you?
So you got science, you got power, you got some batteries, you got command, you got control. Do you have any SAS in this top bit? It's going to be helpful landing.
We should get some of that. Oh wait, well, no, duh. The fly-by-wire is.
Yeah, so it doesn't really have a torque wheel though. If it does, it's like teeny tiny compared to that big ass.
Yeah. Okay.
So okay, you might be able to just rely on your center of mass to guide you down properly, but it is helpful to have some. Maybe.
Because yeah, the reaction wheel inside the Probodyne is a 0.3, so.
I'm just thinking like. I don't want to guide you down the wrong path by telling you to put an SAS module. That's not going to make any difference for that huge research module. And you probably don't want to go with the large reaction.
We can go with the advanced inline, which is 15. That's a lot better than point 0.3.
Okay.
We don't need to go 30 on the advanced, on the large advanced, which we do have. But those are my
pros and cons of going with the 2.5 SAS here. You'll have that for the entire trip, and it will keep your rocket going steady. You don't have to put it lower, but since it is higher, it cuts into your fuel.
Right. So I mean, I can go with we've got the small inline reaction wheel, we got the advanced inline reaction wheel, we got the advanced reaction wheel large. So I can go with 5, I can go with 15, I can go with 30. I can go with 10 by putting 2 of these smalls on.
Now the ASAS, the one with the little black and white, black and yellow stripes, that's the one you said does 15, right?
Yes, the advanced.
Yeah, that one I rely on those pretty often. I think one of those
sounds like yeah.
Yeah, because you have the 1.5 or 1.25 upper. You can kind of stick it on there, right?
The what now? Say that.
Well, part of the part that's going to be descending is 1.25 meter.
Yes.
The diameter. Okay, yeah. So you can easily incorporate that.
Yeah, I already did. It's right below the fairing. So I put it between the fairing and the Science Junior. It doesn't really matter its position, right? As far as that goes.
Right. Yeah. I don't think the SAS matters at all.
Okay, that kind of raised our center of mass a little bit, but we're still inside. We're still definitely inside the mobile processing lab. It is not at. It's above the halfway now. But
Now,
it's 100 kilograms.
Have you checked out where the landing legs actually look when you have them in the deployed mode? How far it is off the ground?
Not again recently. Hold on, and I just messed something up. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking for here on that, but I mean, as far as there's no engine on the bottom of this, it's well below the heat shield.
Right, it's a heat shield. So you don't want a huge gap between the bottom of the leg and the bottom of the lander. Like, okay, the taller. So okay, think of it this way: the lower your center of mass is to the ground when you're landing, the easier it is. If you've got a skyscraper that you're landing, it's a lot harder to land than a barn.
Sure.
So yeah, it is basically I give like a little gap, you know, enough to.
So you want these landing legs higher?
Yeah, they're gonna have to go higher, and that's gonna affect your center of mass. That's what brought that up. Now you can easily start to counter that sort of thing by like sinking parts into each other upper stage, particularly with that adapter that you have, I think.
What now?
You've got the 2.5 to 1.25 adapter on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can
Sink
clip
things
stuff
into
into
that?
that. Yeah. Not too much. Just that's one of the places I would start to try to lower the center mass. And you can easily test how it would re-enter on Kerbin. Just slap that same rocket on there, see how far you get. And you're just looking to make sure it doesn't flip.
Not too much.
I'm having the hardest time looking up like academic references for this project I'm doing here in the Forge. Like all I find are shit about video games now.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much that's doing for me, but
One thing you might want to do, I should have mentioned with the drogues, is set them into 2 different groups so that you're not deploying 4 drogues at the same time.
okay.
Yeah, it might be a little. I'm not sure. It might be totally fine, but it also might not be.
Now that Science Junior, I don't know how much of that I can actually cover up. Actually, the door's got to open. But the stabilizer, I don't need to see, right?
Right. Anytime you're clipping something into another part, though, just if you're doing it very far, there might be issues. And test it on the launch pad if you're doing it beyond a certain point.
Oh, I definitely plan on doing the
Yeah.
launch pad on this one because, like, I've got a lot of you said let's test it, so I'm doing it. But that lowered me. It lowered me, but I'm not sure
Okay.
exactly.
Well, it may already be good.
Yeah, may not be worth doing it this much. Now let's see. We can actually hit this fairing.